exactly this sort of business, if not literally this very business. And he got it done. His team got it done. Again, this isn't something where we fell back on our second or third choice. Brandon and his team, we set out for something exactly like this, and I think it's a credit to him that it took a while, it took work, but we got our number one pick. our top pick came through, and we're just so excited. Now, many in the media have hinted that they might know what this is. It is probably one of the more poorly kept secrets in Toledo. So to eliminate any last amount of drama, let's unveil. The wind's going to blow it away if we don't undo this, but we're going to formally welcome and hope they like the wind. Can you do that, Doug? Just rip it up. There we go. All right. All of that for that. Okay. All right. It always so much work goes into something that lasts for 5 seconds, and the wind may have foiled anyhow. But the larger point is that we are thrilled to welcome Amazon to Toledo. We're joined by the Mayor of Rossford, Neil McKinnon. I think everyone knows what Amazon is doing in his community. He wanted to be here to show the partnership between our two cities, and frankly, the synergistic link between what Amazon is going to do for our entire community. This is another piece of the puzzle, and it just makes today such an exciting day. It's a huge win for Toledo and for this particular area of the city. It's been clamoring for years for this kind of development at this site. It's a huge step toward the continued revitalization of Reynolds Road. The timing, why today, why are we here today, is because the legislative process begins today. We are introducing legislation to Toledo City Council today, authorizing the city to enter into a purchase agreement with Amazon for the sale and redevelopment of this property. Our primary goal was to put this property back into productive use in a manner that strengthens the surrounding area through the creation of jobs and the investment of capital. That's what this does. Again, Brandon and his team and really all of us at the city council is well represented today. They've been a big part of this and will be going forward. Proactively worked for 2 years to attract, again, and I referenced this wasn't something that we had to settle for or fell back into our laps. We proactively set out 2 years ago looking exactly for this, a logistics and distribution user for this site. In July of 2019, Toledo rezoned the property from regional commercial sign overlay, obviously you all know that as CR-SO, I think that kind of just rolls off the tongue, to limited industrial, LI. And we did that to align the property zoning with what we were trying to attract here. By proactively rezoning this property, the city saved Amazon up to 4 months of time in the entitlement process and permitting and some of those things. So it was maybe a quiet development when it happened last summer, but it was all part of a plan that we have been patiently executing. The proposed structure of the deal allows the city to recoup all of its $3.6 million investment. That was the amount, you might remember, in December of 14 that the city purchased this property for. The city is going to get all money back. Amazon intends to purchase the entire site, all 58.5 acres, and to create, again, at least 110 jobs. The property will be sold to the company for $1, but there will be no other incentives offered by the city. Don't want to get too far off topic, but there's a debate that is worthy of being had about what kind of incentives should be offered to businesses and certain businesses to attract them to Toledo, and which ones, when is it right to offer an incentive, when isn't. That's a debate that we'll continue to have. It is notable that there are no other incentives offered by the city other than the $1 purchase price. Nothing else. No other abatements or things that sometimes can cause a robust public policy debate. I think that is worth being pointed out. How is the city then going to get back its $3.6 million? The city is going to implement a tax increment financing for the property, a TIF. And that will create a mechanism for us to recoup the entire $3.6 million, which includes bonds, holding costs, and things of that nature. That's how we can attract this world-class business in a way that the taxpayers are paid back, and we're not sort of on the hook for endless incentives. So this is really just a win for everyone. In order to protect the city's investment in the property and a strategically important property here in this corridor, Amazon will be required to execute a conditional buyback option at closing. The option will allow the city to buy the property back for $1 in the event that Amazon has not developed the property within 4 years. That's a smart provision to put in there. Frankly, we expect, within this year, this calendar year of 2020, that we're going to see action on this site and dirt being moved, if not the actual opening of the site itself. So we do not anticipate that 4 years from now we will be buying this back for $1. We anticipate something happening here within the next 12 months. So many people made this happen and are important to what we're celebrating here today. We're going to hear from a few of them. I would first like to recognize Matt Cherry. He's the president of City Council and also the district member of council who represents this neighborhood. So Matt, I know you are here somewhere. Okay.
Hopefully my paper doesn't.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mayor, and thank you everyone for coming out today. I have a few words. This development is exactly what South Toledo needs to kickstart the prosperity here on the site that many of us still know as Southwyck. We have welcomed other businesses back to this area, including Ray & Associates and APS Medical Billing, which both saw great potential of investing in this part of Toledo. Now it is our great pleasure to welcome Amazon. I think the deal that was structured is good for the people of Toledo and for Amazon. We are a business-friendly city, and this is another example of that. Many of us here in South Toledo have fond memories of riding the carousel at the mall, including me. I actually lived right behind the Southwyck Mall in this neighborhood. It is okay to be nostalgic for the era of this neighborhood's history. I am encouraged to watch the evolution of this neighborhood include the creation of new jobs and new investments at this very site. I would like to turn it back over to the mayor, but before I do, I just want to say thank you to the administration, especially Brandon and his team, for the job creation and making this such a priority. And to get away from the paper a little bit, when I took office in 2014, Southwyck was always in my top 3 on the list of to-dos, and I want to thank the mayor and especially Brandon and his team for doing that. And also Dave Lemon is a neighborhood leader in this area and has been by my side since day one of helping me try to do something here. There's going to be a lot of people I miss in thanking because there's been so many people that have helped get us to where we are today, including present council members and past, because this all started, in 2014 when the city actually purchased this property from a very bad operator. So again, I know I missed some people, but it's been a lot of people in the making to make this all happen today. Signature Associates and Ken, also a big part of this, and I want to thank them too. So, Mayor?
We're really fortunate to have a lot of members of City Council here. I see Council members Riley and Comives, Larry Sykes, Katie Moline, Chris Delaney. I don't know that we're going to be able to hear from all of them. I mean, we could, but it is a little on the chilly side. But I do think it's worthwhile hearing from Councilman Ludeman for a couple of reasons. One, he's long been identified with South Toledo. He was once the district councilman that represented this, and some people still think he is. But more importantly, he's the chair of our Economic Development Committee, and so I would like him to say some words before we move on.
Thank you, Mayor. Thanks to Mayor and Brandon, especially Brandon. We've talked about this for a long time, and so it's a great day for Toledo and especially South Toledo. I live 1 mile down Glendale from this site, so this is a great day for me. Brother Smith over here from Channel 13 lives across the street from me, so he'll be happy to see this development around here too, and Mr. Lemon, who lives the closest to the property. I think it's very appropriate that we go from an old retail site to an e-tail site. That this is going to be a great addition. I can tell from just watching my daughter and son-in-law who live 2 miles away how many Amazon packages arrive at their house in a week's period of time. That's the future. And now with the coronavirus, I got a feeling that Amazon sales are going to go through the roof because people will be home looking for something to do, can't go to the malls or the shopping centers. So great day for South Toledo. Ken Marciniak, thanks so much. And before him, Steve Surchuk helped broker the deal to get it in the hands of the city of Toledo. We worked for many years, or tried to, with some owners that didn't like each other, and it held back the development of this property for a long time. So good work for everybody. It's going to be a great team, and I look forward to seeing the groundbreaking here very soon. Thanks.
2 more speakers. We're almost done. I know it's windy and cold. When you look at the people who are here with us, you see Bob Vasquez from the zoo. Many of you have covered some of these meetings about UTMC and the ongoing sort of drama over at Arlington and Detroit. That's a reminder of how important this location is for the South End in general, for the community. The zoo's not far from here. UTMC is not far from here. And some of the conversations that have even taken place around the UTMC issue really, before too long, get back to Southwyck and get back to South Toledo. This is an anchor really in this entire part of Toledo, which is why it's so important, and the ripple effects I think are going to be felt at the zoo and at places like that. But the first ripple will be felt by David Lemon and his Block Watch group. So they are the closest and most affected in some ways. So I just want to invite him if he has any words to say about this project.
I started a neighborhood association, a volunteer group here in this neighborhood 23 years ago. And to put it in context, the primary purpose for starting the group was concern at that time, going back into the 90s, regarding the direction of the mall. And in the intervening 23 years, we have persistently and diligently worked to the best of our abilities to maintain the health of the surrounding residential neighborhoods, with the ultimate goal being, if we keep the neighborhoods strong, that improves the chances of getting positive new development here at Southwyck. And so reaching that result today at the end of that long journey is a tremendous positive thing for the entire city and actually, I believe, the whole region. So I just want to thank everyone who's been involved and everyone who's been so loyal and faithful and consistent with the vision that this is a solid property for new economic development, new jobs, and I'm thrilled that that's progressing today. Thank you.
All right, and finally, this, I know it's a cliche, but this really, really was a team effort, and the team that led it was our economic development team. I know he doesn't want to speak, but I'm going to insist that Brandon Selhorst come up here and just talk just about the broad contours. If there was something I left out, I want him to be able to take a bow for putting this together. This was a big deal. There are a number of people on his team who are here. Sandy Spang, actually not only a part of the economic development team, but has the interesting role of having been on council and living in the South End and working on this property. Bill Brennan, and I said I wasn't going to introduce him, but the whole economic development team just really did a great job. And so I want to hear from Brandon, then we'll be done.
Thank you, Mayor. Good morning, everyone. Thank you. This is a very exciting day for Toledo and for this community. I really want to echo the mayor's comments about the proactive and strategic steps that the city took over the past few years to make this a reality. The city's main goal for this project was to attract a job creation project by leveraging this site's size and location in the region. And we have taken several steps over the past few years to make that a reality. And I'm happy to say that our plan worked. I'd really like to thank my economic development team. I couldn't do this without an incredible team to support me. Our team at Signature Associates that helped us attract this end user to the site. They were critical to this whole project, and I'm thankful for them. But finally, I'm really excited to thank Amazon, a Fortune 5 company that selected Toledo, selected this site to invest in. It's a huge honor to have their investment into this site, and I'm very excited to welcome them to our community. With that being said, I'd like to hand it back over to the mayor. Thank you.
So I guess as we wrap up, I just might say, look, this was hard. This is hard work. This has bedeviled economic development experts for 11 years. But hard, thoughtful work pays off. And I guess if I might want to try to connect more dots than I should, but I only have 20 seconds left and no one can stop me from saying it anyhow. We can do this. We can do big things here in this town. We really can. We can finalize a regional water deal that no one thought we were going to be able to do. We could grow the size of our police force again after 12 years of decline. We can develop Southwyck after 11 years of being vacant. And while not everyone up here may agree, we can fix our roads too if we make the right choice next week. We can do big things. We really can. And this is an indication of the good work that can be done when we band together and don't give up. So thank you, everyone. Thanks, everyone, for being here, and we can do one-on-one. So. I didn't even say it. So, all right. We'll do the elbow bump.
All right. Keep us posted, gentlemen.
Bringing you on.
Good job.
Councilman.